y'all. My name's Joy. If you're new here, my name is Joy. I'm a dentist. I started this channel giving pre-dental advice, and now I am a dentist. And I'm rethinking things. I'm not rethinking things for real, but I am learning how to exist in this tough field. I am 3 years out of dental school now, which means people that were freshmen when I was a senior in dental school, y'all are graduating. Y'all graduated, actually. Graduation was last weekend, I think. And I love that for y'all. I am excited for you to start your careers, but like once you get in there, we gotta figure out how to make it work. Being 3 years out now, I have learned to, like, you literally have to leave work at work because there's so many things that you cannot control, and you can't let those people drive you crazy, because working with people all day is, it's nice, it's fun, I love it, yes, but it's also exhausting. So learning how to decompress, learning good ways to like cope and recharge after long days. I also feel like you don't need to be working more than 4.5 days a week, okay? More than 4.5 days, that's too many patients, that's too many faces, that's too many, hey, how are you? How's it going? You didn't follow my directions, and now we're back here where we began. It's too much. And aside from that, we have to manage our patients, we have to manage ourselves, and then we also have to manage the office around us. It's a lot of moving parts. I'm not the biggest fan. If you never wanted to like grow up and be like a boss for real, I don't know that this is actually, you know what? Yes, you can do it. You just need to be an associate forever. Don't go into practice ownership. I'm not a practice owner. It's probably in my future, but that's not why I went to dental school. Also, my background here is not too cute. We're gonna change to where we can see some plants. Much better. Okay. Now that we're out here in my garden, like I literally have to come out to my garden to decompress after a day of work because it can get tough out there. But yes, let's talk about practice ownership, y'all. So number one, you don't ever have to own a practice. You can work as an associate every day for years and years and years and then retire off of that. There's nothing wrong with that. It feels like when you're in the trenches, kind of getting your feet wet when you first begin, it's very difficult to like imagine being an associate forever. But imagine you found the perfect associateship, the perfect situation where you go and you work 3.5, 4 days a week. You see your patients, you get out, you get to live your life. And then you get to go home and not worry about paying the lab or paying for the water to the building or the lights. Like there are places where you can go make your good money and then get out. Right now, it's looking like I'm going to be a practice owner in the future just because of my setup. I love my setup. I'm grateful for it. Make no mistake about it. The other way you could go is practice ownership. Now, I know people that went into practice immediately after graduating. That sounds a little crazy to me now, especially knowing what I know, but that is a lot of people's dream and it's their goal. And as soon as they get out of school, they make it happen. Some people go to work for, half a year, maybe even a whole year, and then they take that leap. But to each their own. Just understand that you will be in debt for a minute. Understand that you will have a lot of responsibility on your hands. Like whenever something goes wrong, whenever something's not working the way it's supposed to, you're like, "Ooh, I got to call somebody about that." You're the person to call. It's you. So make sure you understand that going in. Do you make a lot more money? Yes, but there are also the responsibility and the startup costs to go with it. I also think that in this day and age, everything is so expensive. Like it's extremely expensive to outfit an office, all the operatories, all of the technology that you will need. It's expensive. So there's that. Also, another thing that people spend a lot of money on are scanners and labs. And if you have not used Dandy, if you've never heard of Dandy or you've heard about it and you're like, give it a try, because when I got to my dad's office when I graduated in 2022, we didn't have a scanner. He was taking PVS impressions. Everything was done the traditional way, and there's nothing wrong with the traditional way if you have been doing it for years and years and years, like decades. But I was like, I worked with the scanner a little bit in school. I think that this is going to be a more efficient way to do crowns and bridges and to do that type of work that requires lab and sending stuff out. And so I met the Dandy reps at the ADA meeting, which was in Houston that year. I volunteered just to get my free ticket in the door, and then I got to chit-chatting, and then we found Dandy. But basically, Dandy is a lab that gives you a scanner and a laptop and a cart, and you can use it with your patients. You just have to have a minimum spend each month of $1,000. And I think that's kind of a steal because between the two of us, we definitely had $1,000 of work to send them, and essentially that's a free scanner. Two and some change later, I'm still using Dandy. I like them a lot. There's some edits which I spoke with them about because I work in South Houston in Sunnyside, and my patients look like me. So that means our gingiva, it's pigmented. Like, shout out to Fiona Mouthbox on Instagram because she did a whole thing with Kilgore and the models about how they needed to do brown gingiva, and they did. And now people have that to study and learn with. But the gingiva colors on Dandy, they were not cutting it for me. Our lab tech, he literally mixes the Meharry shade and the original pink shade, and that's like the perfect gingiva color for our patients. Now, do people still complain? Yes, because our patients will find anything to complain about. But for the most part, most people are very, ooh, I think the mosquitoes are trying to get me. For the most part, our patients are pretty pleased with the results of, just making everything blend and look natural and like what they had before. Because denture patients, they're not happy to be in a denture anyway, okay? So any little thing that's like, well, this is not what it looked like before. My teeth didn't look, my gums didn't look, and they're all right. Like, the teeth did not look like that before, but we are making something out of nothing. So we just got to go with what we can. Most of the time, we can get patients about 95% there, and they can often be happy with that. But yes, that is kind of where I've been at. Kind of been MIA from YouTube. Sorry, y'all. Don't mean to do it. But it's just like I've been adjusting. I'm trying to get into literally 3 years in, and I'm still trying to find my footing and figure out where I want to be in dentistry. The last video I posted was about starting my sleep medicine practice within the office that I'm already working at. And I've been working on that. It's been great. I just don't have anybody solid to run the admin side of things for me at the moment. And I am not an admin girly. I hate answering emails and I hate paperwork. So I've been trying to do all that on my own, and it's taking a little bit of a time. And then the other thing is screening all of my existing patients, because the best way to get patients is to just use the patients you already have. So that is what's going on. I'm still learning a lot. I'm still taking my classes, and I'm also working with the software that I purchased to get everything implemented. But that is where I am on that. It's been fun. And then the thing is, a lot of patients are suffering from sleep apnea, and either they already know it or they don't know it. And then when I bring it up, when I bring them the sleep questionnaire, they're like, oh, all this makes so much sense. Let's get started. Or the other people are like, I have a CPAP, or no, I haven't gotten a CPAP yet because my insurance is playing games, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I hear you. That sucks. Let's work on it. But at the same time, it's like, I also will be using your medical insurance to do it. So working it out. But that is where I'm at in that process. There's a conference this coming weekend in Las Vegas, and I hate Las Vegas. And I didn't get my ticket already, so I think I'm just not going to go. I think I'm going to use the weekend to just go straight through my courses. I already took off Friday. I'm like, I'm not going into work. I will just use this time and watch lectures that I already have. And I think that's what we're going to do. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate your support as always, and I support you all in your dental journey wherever you may be. If you have questions, find me on Instagram, send me a DM. And if I don't answer your DM, just leave a comment on a picture. I'll probably see that quicker. Anyway, I love y'all. Goodbye.